Thank you, Mr. Chair. My delegation would like to make an explanation of vote on the resolution L44 titled Moratorium on the Use of the Death Penalty. We thank the facilitator for conducting the negotiations in an open and transparent manner. Mr. Chair, every state has the sovereign right to determine its own legal system and appropriate legal penalties. It was in this context that my delegation voted in favor of the amendment contained in the document L.57. However, the resolution before us seeks to promote a moratorium on executions with the aim of abolishing death penalty. My delegation has voted against the resolution as a whole, as it goes against the statutory law in India. Mr. Chair, in India, death penalty is exercised in rarest of rare cases where the crime committed is so heinous that it shocks the conscience of the society. Indian law provides for all requisite procedural safeguards, including the right to a fair trial by an independent court, presumption of innocence, the minimum guarantee for defense, and the right to review by a higher court. Indian laws have specific provisions of commutation of death penalty in the case of pregnant women and has rulings that prohibited executions of persons with mental or intellectual disabilities, while juvenile offenders cannot be sentenced to death under any circumstances. Death sentences in India must be confirmed by a superior court, and an accused has the right to appeal to a high court or the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of India has adopted guidelines on clemency and the treatment of death row prisoners, and that poverty, socioeconomic, psychic compulsions, undeserved adversities in life constituted new mitigating factors to be considered by courts in commuting a death sentence to life imprisonment. The President of India in all cases and the governors of states under their respective jurisdictions have the power to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, or remissions of punishment, or to suspend, remit, or commute the sentence of death penalty. I thank you, Mr. Chair.